Hi, Chris Glynn here with the Nightlight Podcast. Recently on the show, Melvin shared with us a few of the Christian songs that he's been producing with the help of AI. Well, today we're going to meet someone who's more hands-on in his music production, Laurence Reeve.
We have a guest tonight on Nightlight.
Welcome to Nightlight, Laurence. Every now and then over recent years, you've sent me a song, and because my shows over the past few years have been focused on Bible teaching, I haven't played them. But we've had a couple of music shows recently, so I thought it was high time to invite you on.
Yeah, well, firstly, Chris, thank you so much for having me. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be on the show.
Great to have you.
I'm Laurence Reeve. I live in Budapest in Hungary with my family. Basically, I come from a musical background. You know, I grew up with music and playing in different bands and things over the years.
Right.
In more recent years, I've had a little bit of time to focus on writing new songs and recording, hugely due to the goodwill of an old friend of mine in England who very kindly helps to produce the songs.
Okay.
Also, having been involved in missionary work and being a Christian since my late teenage years, I feel that music is a real sort of a channel or a medium to be able to reach people in a way that nothing else can reach people.
Absolutely.
For example, in the words of Jimi Hendrix, you can hypnotize people with the music. And when you get them at their weakest point, you can preach into the subconscious what you want to say.
Gosh.
So music is entirely a medium or a tool. And if I may, additionally, thinking of a biblical example, it says in 1 Samuel 16:23, and it came to pass that when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, that David took a harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. And conversely, you know, when you listen to music that's inspired by the devil, and let's face it, a lot of music today is, that you attract evil spirits. So it can work the other way around too.
Jimi Hendrix said that.
Well, Jimi Hendrix said the first bit, and Samuel said the second bit.
Right.
There was a slight kind of generation gap between the two.
Okay, Laurence, let's get right into your first song.
Okay. Yeah, well, the first song we've got is called Love Will Bring You Round. I'm sure we can all relate to, you know, having difficulties and times in our lives where we're confused or we doubt things will ever be okay again.
Of course.
And we can't quite, you know, see the end of the difficulty or the light at the end of the tunnel. This is a song that explains if we accept these difficulties in the right way, they can help to shape us and make us into better people and even what God has planned for us, even though we don't actually understand it at the time. So yeah, this is called Love Will Bring You Round.
Tell me, do you feel the pain? Nothing you do feels quite the same. Hard to see what's meant to be. Making sense of insanity. Try to believe once more. Love comes knocking at your door and your love will bring me round. Love will bring you round. Lift you up again. Put your feet back on the ground. Help you understand. It's part of the plan to bring me back around. Let go of what you think you know. All the lies that you've been told, they will crumble and truth unfold. Answers only we could know. Love is bigger than you and me, and you will see reality, and your love will bring me round. Love will bring you round. Lift you up again. Put your feet back on the ground. Help you understand.
Thanks, Laurence. That was a great song. I also enjoyed the visuals. Did you do those yourself?
No, I don't. I have some very good friends here in Budapest who kindly did it for me. Actually, they do quite a lot of these sort of visuals for Bible studies, for songs, for all sorts of things. So they kindly did it for me. No, I don't do the creative content.
All right, let's move on to the next song, Media Hype. I think this is one of the first songs you sent me way back in 2020 during the COVID time. And sadly, there were precious few protest songs at that time about what was happening. There were a few, like Eric Clapton and Van Morrison, but not many others, except for you.
I like being put along in the same sentence as Van Morrison and Eric Clapton. It's quite flattering. But yes, I really felt that COVID was an incredible crime against humanity.
It was.
Unprecedented, really, and a game changer in many ways. For example, breaking down small and medium enterprises, creating more money for those that have so much already, controlling the masses through phone applications, home office, etc., etc.
That's right.
People were coerced into taking unproven vaccines and able to go to work, travel, or even visit loved ones, which I think was absolutely disgusting.
Unbelievable.
And many people, many businesses lost their livelihood. And I wrote it here in Hungary by myself and recorded it. I sent it to my good friends in England because I refused to take the vaccine. I couldn't travel there. So they kindly recorded it. As you'll see, it's a female vocalist, and that was due to the travel restrictions between the two countries at the time. And just a sort of interesting side note, we hear virtually nothing about COVID these days, which, seems very, very odd to me.
It does.
Anyway, yes, this song is called Media Hype, and it's sort of an expose, I suppose. And it was also, I think the COVID was a very divisive period of time because people were, on one hand, were saying, well, yes, if you don't take the vaccine, you're putting your fellow man at risk.
That's right.
And on the other hand, people were saying, don't take the vaccine because, it's not proven. It's not, we don't know what the side effects are. And now we're finding people, with life-threatening diseases and disabilities and all sorts of things as a direct result of taking these vaccines. So I don't think there was nearly enough speaking up about this COVID thing.
Good. Well, let's take a listen. And God bless you, Laurence, for having the courage to speak up at that time.
Thank you.
I got the 2020 blues from following the news. Global pandemic, 8 billion views. Media hype to make you scared. Wear a mask so we can see your eyes. Big brother needs to recognize. 2020 blues, you got the power to choose. Look at the facts. Does it really look like that? Does it really look like that? 2020 blues, you got the power to choose. Look at the facts. Does it really look like that? Does it really look like that? Staying home, don't go to work. Do it with an app so we can track. Are you doing all you say? Google will now show you the way. Need your hype to make you scared. Wear a mask so we can see your eyes. Big brother needs to recognize. to choose. Look at the facts. Does it really look like that? Does it really look like that? 2020 blues, you got the power to choose. Look at the facts. Does it really look like that? Does it really look like that? 2020 blues, you got the power to choose. Look at the facts. Does it really look like that? Does it really look like that?
Nightlight, keeping you in tune with the times.
Okay, Laurence, before we go on to your third song, tell us a bit more about your life in Hungary. I know you have a family, and I see you've got a little home studio there.
Yes, that's right, Chris. I've been in Budapest for some years, 12, 14 years. My wife is Hungarian. Her name is Zsuzsa, which is the Hungarian word for Susan or Susanna. And I have a 16-year-old son who's towering above me already. And I have to tell him to sit down when I want to tell him off, which is getting a bit, a bit humiliating. But he's a lovely boy. He's also a drummer. Yeah, I have a little mini studio. I've got a few guitars. I've got an electric drum kit. I sort of operate in the box as opposed to out of the box.
In the box?
In the box is when people record just on a computer. And out of the box is when people do it with, mics and proper setups and with a far more authentic sound that you would get at a live concert.
Right.
So some people do that in their home studios even, and other people like me, who I would consider a bit of a technophobe, do it more in the box. Really, the technical side, I can't claim any of the credit because I have a couple of good friends in England who do everything for me very kindly.
God bless them.
They're called DM Records in Cornwall. Lovely people, very talented at producing music.
You were telling me, Laurence, that Hungary is one of the only countries in Europe that are trying to hold on to their traditional Christian values.
Yes, I believe that from first-hand experience, I travel back to the UK once or twice a year to visit relatives. I can feel the contrast sharply. Every country's got its problems, and Hungary's not without its problems, but there's far more traditional values.
Right.
It feels more like Europe as opposed to Islamabad. And additionally, I'm not anything phobic, but, it's far more traditional in the West. People are, changing their gender and, adopting different gender identities. And it's actually very sad, I think, because,
Yes.
The West, I'm not just talking about Europe, North America, Australia, it seems to be in moral decline.
That's right.
But Hungary and the Visegrad countries like Poland, Czech, Slovakia and Hungary seem to have retained an element of traditional values, and it just feels like a whole different place from when you're in the West. Does that make sense?
Well, I know what you're talking about because my wife and I also visit the UK about twice a year. And the contrast between the UK and Uganda, which is such a lovely conservative Christian country, just makes me so thankful that I'm here and not there in the UK.
Yeah, for sure.
Nightlight. You're listening to an international edition of Nightlight, shining God's love light to the world.
Okay, let's move on to your third song, Come Through For You.
Okay. So this one, during the COVID time and with the sort of, over the last sort of 5-10 years plus, information available to us has absolutely gone through the ceiling with the internet and social media. And
That's right.
So this song was written for a brother of mine who spent a lot of time online researching and analyzing current world issues and theories to the detriment of his own well-being. And I don't think this is an isolated case. I think lots of people spend copious amounts of hours just going through all these theories and data and information online, trying to sort of beat the darkness around, as it were.
Right.
A lot of it is fake and some of it is, misinforming people, and we can easily get sucked into a vortex of confusion. But if we spend time doing natural things out in nature, reading your Bible, nurturing your spirits, God will come through for you and give you that peace in this incredibly tumultuous world that we're living in at the moment. So Come Through For You is a song that how God and Jesus can come through for you and give you that peace if you just take the time to allow it, take time for it. Get off the internet, get into the nature, get into reading your Bible and doing natural, wholesome things. That's the essence or the inspiration behind this song.
The fourth industrial revolution will impact our lives completely. It will not only change how we communicate, how we produce, how we consume. It will change actually us, our own identity.
Whatever happened to who we are? Empty promises that seem so far. Simple joys of life, just clicking a screen, seems so right. Just clicking a screen, seems so right. But if you free yourself from digital control, get back to the things that make you whole. And if you do, I will come through for you. And if you do, I will come through for you. Feed your soul and don't let it die. Don't give up on us, keep yourself alive. Let your spirit fly. Let your spirit fly. But if you free yourself from digital control, get back to the things that make you whole. And if you do, I will come through for you. And if you do, I will come through for you. Yeah. If you do, I will come through for you.
Awesome. And you and your friends have done a wonderful job of putting these together, and they're real music with meaning, as was the title of my first radio show way back in the day. And there's an important message embedded in each one of them, and they're great songs.
With music to calm and soothe your soul. You're listening to Nightlight.
All right, well, tell us about the next song.
Okay, another topic. Thanks, Chris. This is about losing people you love. When people die, it can really knock you for six, as it were. Life can be very tough.
Yes, for sure.
A good friend of mine sent me a music track because he'd lost somebody he really loved to cancer at a relatively young age and asked me to put some lyrics to it. And he also asked somebody else to do the same thing. And this song is quite unique because it's got two writers, if you like, from two different perspectives.
Okay.
There was a little bit of, I wouldn't say contention, but a little bit of kind of, uncertainty around the actual song itself. But when it's been put together, there's this sort of, this feeling of ambivalence when you lose somebody. You're happy for them that they're at peace, but you feel a lot of pain at the same time. So this song kind of goes back and forth. But for me, the outlying message is that when we lose somebody we love, we can have assurance that we will see that loved one again on the other side for eternity. So the song is called Be Like You. And I think it was called that because they had such a deep respect for the guy who died.
beautiful, and so nice to see you singing on that one.
Shining Love's Light. You're listening to Nightlight.
Laurence, what do you think about producing songs using AI? There seems to be some huge differences of opinion about this. Something tells me that you're strictly old school in your music production.
Absolutely. That's a tough question, really. I think if somebody has a passion for something, or let's say somebody has soul for something, let's say writing a book, writing a song, for example, and they do it, they love it, their soul grows in that area, and they just feel that natural passion for something, that can't be beaten.
Yes.
Personally, I don't like the way that AI is shaping people today.
Right.
It's almost like dumbing down the masses, I would say.
It's true.
You know, maybe it can be a useful tool. I don't want to criticize in that respect for people that have no musical ability, but to me, it doesn't even come close. Even if it's perfect, it doesn't have soul. I'm not sure Jimi Hendrix would agree either. Let's put it that way.
I'm sure he wouldn't.
No. The short answer is no. And before I get into trouble, I'm going to stop talking about it.
It's Nightlight. What a delight.
All right, well, let's wind up the show with your fifth song, Way Up High.
Thanks, Chris. This one was written many moons ago when I was a teenager. Teenagers go through sort of difficulties, and I found one of the things that really helped me in my spiritual life is when I can't make sense of situations or the future, just to really pray and get on my face and ask God to help me.
Yes.
I did this I think I was about 17. This song basically reassures us, that's the word, that when we can't see the way ahead, God can see it. And if we give our burdens to him, he will take them. And often what we're looking at as a burdensome situation can turn into something wonderful if we just really give it to God and trust God that he knows best. So,
amen.
And it's a bit more of a rocky number, which is kind of more the music that I hail from, if you like.
When everything goes against you and you cannot see the way ahead, you know you need to talk to Jesus. I take my burden to Jesus, lift him way up high. I take my burden to Jesus, lift him way up higher. I take my burden to Jesus, lift him way up high, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you worry, my son, don't you fret. It is already in my hands and finished. I've told you once before, I am the beginning and the evermore, yeah, yeah, yeah. I take my burdens to Jesus, lift him way up higher. I take my burdens to Jesus, lift him way up high, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know he's coming like a thief in the night, coming to fill the earth with love and light. Whoa, yeah, he's coming like a thief in the night, coming to take the wrongs and make them right.
thank you so much, Laurence, for sharing those great songs. And please do keep writing more. And you told me that you've also written a book, which has just been published on Amazon. Do you want to give it a plug?
Oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah, well, I'm pleased for the opportunity to do so. So the book is called Pictured Ponderings.
Pictured Ponderings, okay.
They're sort of reflections for living. They're all original sayings categorized into 3 different topics, such as life and living, spiritual walk and afterlife, and relationships with others. If your listeners click on the link below, they can order a copy from Amazon. Perhaps if you have me back, I can go into more detail about the book.
Of course, we'd love to have you back, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Okay, thanks so much, Laurence, for taking your time, and God bless you and your family there in Hungary. And we look forward to the next time. Okay, the pleasure's been mine, Chris. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Well, that's it for this week. Until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you all. Bye for now.